every night with sleep apnea does not need to be a struggle. There's 4 free, easy things that you can do just once that can allow you to go from struggling, either without a CPAP or if you're struggling with a CPAP, this can help things work even better. So instead of tossing and turning through the night, you can just set and forget a few easy things that allow you to wake up feeling refreshed and just ready to start your day. So I'm Dylan Peckus. We haven't met before, reverse man of sleep apnea back in medical school. This is for educational purposes only. Always talk to your doctor before doing anything, ever. So there's 4 things altogether. The last one is probably my favorite here. So the first one has to do with pillow fights. Not actually hitting someone with your pillow, don't do that. But it all hinges upon the fact that sleep apnea has a lot to do with gravity. In fact, there's no sleep apnea on the moon, mainly because there aren't any people on the moon. But a big part of this is because gravity will effectively push or pull, however you want to look at it, your tongue towards the back of your throat and block it off because you're laying flat. So if we can alter the position of your head, as we're seeing here in this subject participant, then it will be less likely to be in the back. So there's a few ways to do that. So one is to fold or roll your pillow. So most people don't know this, but pillows are scientifically engineered such that one pillow is not enough and two pillows is always too much. So a way to get around this is to fold your pillow in half and like see where my mouse cursor is here. You can either, and this will depend on your level of comfort and your pillow, etc. You can put your neck, your base of your neck, like back here, on the edge of this pillow because then instead of just having your head flat like such, okay, now it's a little bit angled upward. So if it's angled a little bit, then your tongue isn't just going to go straight back there and block things off. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is you can apparently roll your pillow. Some people do this. I tried like right before this video. I don't know how people are rolling their pillows, or maybe they got a Tootsie Roll pillow. I have no idea. But if you want to try to roll your pillow, I'm not going to stop you. Okay, I'm not the pillow police. Another powerful way that's been shown to reduce apnea episodes by like, 20, 40% is having this position, like sleeping more on your side. So you put a pillow on your back, along your back here, and then that will set you up on your side. And that again will help with the tongue positioning to help keep it out of the back of the airway. And a lot of studies have shown big improvements in AHI, sleep apnea severity, reducing that number to help people sleep better. Now for number two, because each one of these adds around like 20, 30%. So adding them all together, hence the name of the episode is up to a 75% reduction overnight because you can pretty much set all these up today. So incline bed therapy has to do with the idea that when you're going about your day being someone with a white head and a blue body, the fluid will accumulate towards your feet. And then at night, it'll suddenly all shift towards your neck area. And you can probably already tell how that would be an issue. If your neck has more fluid, it will make the airway smaller, harder to breathe. You don't want that. But if you elevate the head of the bed in two ways, this can greatly reduce that. So you can either elevate the head of the bed, and this can just be stacking more pillows. If you have an adjustable bed, that's also something you can do. But the thing is, circulation is actually maximized in the body when laying down at a like 5 to 10 degree angle. So inclining the whole bed, people report a lot better benefit from. And there is a patented way in which I do this or, teach people about this. It's a 3 brick system. So what you need, you take one brick, and this is you over here, and then you greatly encourage another person to take the other 2 bricks and put them under the post of the head of the bed. Now, obviously, don't threaten people with bricks, but being able to do this, because this is usually around like 4 to 6 inches, is what you're looking for in a brick or a yoga block. Now, if your bed is not, like this, oftentimes they're not, then putting something underneath either the mattress, the box spring can be helpful. There are wedge pillows as well. But again, the theme of this episode is free bedroom hacks to improve things. So I'm assuming you have some bricks or things you can put underneath your bed to do this. But again, this is another way where people are seeing about 20, 30% reduction in AHI just from setting this up and doing this. Now, if you're falling off the bed, you're inclined too much. Just don't want to hear it in the comments like a day later. Numero tres has to all do with airflow. And there's been a lot of studies around this of which when they look at air pollution, people who have higher crud in their air have about let me zoom in on this, have about a 60% greater odds of having sleep apnea. Now, it's kind of obvious. You have stuff in the air, it inflames your airway, and we're back to having a smaller airway, and that will impact our breathing pattern and make it more likely for us to have bad sleep. And so, some experimental studies where they open the windows, this is very thrilling research. They open the windows and have people sleep. Participants have fewer awakenings and deeper sleep quality. And it gives you an opportunity to look like this person who is in a coffee commercial, most likely. So it's all about cross ventilation. Very important. Not just open the windows and go like this, your best Titanic impression. It's about cross ventilation because if you just have one window open, there's not going to be enough of a pressure difference to allow for a good amount of airflow. We want to maximize airflow. So if you have two windows at two separate sides of the room, or really just on different walls, that can help with cross ventilation, or having the door open and a window open that are on different walls can also allow this effect to happen. But you might be thinking, but Dylan, it's too hot, and it may be, or it might be too cold. You're not doing this the entire day because there's going to be issues, as shown here. And this is right in the air over the time of the day. And we're just going to look at the green curve is the most dramatic, but it just gives us a good idea here. So the higher this is, that means you should not be having your windows open inside. If it's low, that's going to be the best time. As you notice, in the morning is really, really good. So even if you're using air conditioning or some form of HVAC at night, it's still important in the morning. Open your windows for some amount of time and then close them before you leave for work or just at a certain time point because you'll see around midday it peaks. The biggest reason for this is the morning commute. Cars go out, they spew out their crud, goes into the air, goes into your house. So you don't want to do that. Fourth and final one, stick around for the bonus at the end of this, is to remove some things. Because again, the theme of this entire episode is free. And we need to know a few things. Number one, melatonin. The more melatonin your body makes, the deeper sleep quality you can have. And you have more consolidated REM sleep. That's very important because apnea events are the highest during REM sleep. And if we consolidate our REM sleep, which just means shortening it, then we'll have fewer apnea episodes. So if people have low melatonin levels, like what happens in obstructive sleep apnea from the repeated damage at night, then REM gets longer and then you have more apneas during that. So if we increase our melatonin level naturally, then you can have a lot of better sleep. And by removing with what I'm going to talk about, you can increase your melatonin by up to 40%. And this has to do with a few things. I'll just gloss over these research titles. And you can kind of guess where I'm going. So effective shortwave magnetic fields, low frequency magnetic fields, power frequency electromagnetic fields, and melatonin. Um, so this is actually, and if you let me know if you know this character here. And by the way, this would not be a good idea to mitigate this issue whatsoever. This is about electronics because electronics give off two things. So one is electromagnetic fields, whether magnetic, electric, or radio frequency. That has been shown to lower melatonin levels, but then also the light from these devices. So this graph here is showing that if you have a bedroom where the only light is like yellow or red, then your melatonin levels can go up and everyone's happy. But if you have blue light from your cell phone, from your laptop, from your tablet, from your whatever, a little bit will pretty much flatten and completely drop your melatonin. You can barely see it here because it's all the way at the bottom. This little line here, this is what happens to your melatonin levels when you have blue light before bed. That's not good. We don't want that. So by removing electronics, keeping them out of the bedroom, charging your phone like in the bathroom instead of on the nightstand, goes a long, long way. Now to go even further with a free protocol that allows you to retrain your breathing so you can have slower, steadier breathing at night and thus better sleep, you can go ahead and grab our free protocol. It's awesome because you get a custom breathing exercise and there's many assessments and a lot of great things. So to grab that, you can either click the button here in the middle. There's like literally a big button with my face near it. Click that. Or if you're like the 40% of people on TV, you can grab your phone, your tablet, whatever, as long as it's not in your bedroom, right? And go to apneareset.com apnea.com/show. And that will take you to the same thing. So that's apneareset.com/show. Or if you can, just press the button right here. I'm Dylan Peckus, and I'll see you on the next page.